Were you at the inauguration?
We weren't. We were supposed to be up there as guests of Congressman Bob Onder, and then he called us up and said, once we got moved inside, all of our tickets were worthless, including his. He said he didn't even know if he could get in, and we would just have to stand in line like everybody else. And people like I think our Lieutenant Governor Dave Wassinger stood in line for like 10 hours to get in to the arena, and then be one of 20,000 people watching it on the jumbotron.
Yeah, I mean, it was just as fun watching it at home. And quite frankly, the inauguration speech was not anywhere near as good as the speech he gave afterwards.
Yeah.
I've got the whole clip of that. Let me play a couple of clips from it, and we'll talk about that for a little bit. How about 7 and 8?
Even though there are bars, you can't really do that anyway. So I wanted to talk about that, but all of that stuff got deleted. And the reason it got deleted is they were all caught in lies. Secret Service testified, and they said it didn't happen. Actually, the two guys were very embarrassed. They're suffering because their friends are saying, did Trump really do that to you? But they gained a whole new respect for me. But it was just make-believe stuff, and there were a lot of make-believe stories made up. So rather than suffer the wrath, like the story with Nancy Pelosi, I offered her 10,000 soldiers. She knows it. She admitted it on tape that her daughter made. She's a videographer or whatever you call her, which I'm glad she is. Oh, she can't be in good stead with Nancy. But Nancy said it was my responsibility as she's leaving the Capitol. She said it was, and it was. She's in charge of security at the Capitol. But I offered them up to 10,000 soldiers. J6 wouldn't be J6. There would have been no J6. But she rebuffed them. She didn't like it. No, she didn't like it. Maybe she wanted that to happen. But she's guilty as hell. And now we would have to go through the process because they destroyed all evidence. They deleted everything. There's virtually nothing left. The other fake story and so many other fake stories. And many people came out on our side. And those people now would got to find them. There's nothing left. So that's a criminal offense. If that were a civil case, it would be a criminal offense. If that happened civilly where you did that, it would be a criminal offense. So I decided I'm not going to make this speech complicated. I'm going to make it beautiful. I'm going to make it a unifying speech. And then when they said we have a group of people that are serious Trump fans, I said, this is the time to tell those stories.
How good that was. Now, Nancy Pelosi was not pardoned.
No,
Biden didn't pardon her. I don't think he pardoned. He didn't pardon himself.
Yeah.
What does that say to you?
Well, I know why I didn't pardon Nancy Pelosi, because he's still pissed at her for forcing him out and wants to see her rot in prison. It's a funny thing. It's so funny you were talking about it. Were we there when Trump was making that second speech? He was talking about Texas and Governor Abbott. And then sitting there in the overflow room. Even the governor of Texas couldn't get into the inauguration.
Well, he's looking around. He starts talking about him, and all of a sudden he turns his head and he says, "Oh, wait, I got to stop for a moment." Talking about the Texas governor, and I thought I could have said anything because I didn't see him there. I could have said, "Well, he's not doing a really good job, and he's got the problems and this." I couldn't imagine him being here. What's the matter? You couldn't get down in the front row? He's talking to a guy in a wheelchair, by the way. But that speech was something.
Yeah.
That speech.
So it really was.
TV just like me, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the guy. He's 10 years older than I am, which makes him like 45 minutes younger than you. And he gets up. He's got to go to church in the morning. Then he's got to go to tea with the ex-president. Then he's got to go get inaugurated. Then he's got to go to a rally. Then he's got to go to 3 different balls, the last of which he didn't get to till midnight, right?
Yeah.
And during which he's signing 200 proclamations and executive orders on television in front of 20,000
people. With the full press in the room, he's doing this. He's signing. Oh, that's a good one right there. We're going to find out what happened to JFK and Martin Luther King and Robert RFK. We're going to find all that out now. You have a question? Yes. How about you? I mean, it's amazing what he does.
Yeah. And he's got Will Sharp in the background, right, handing him the executive orders to sign. And he's trying to tell the president what he's signing, right? But Peter Doocy and everybody else is asking him so many questions, he can't even get out what it is he's signing.
Wait, Peter Doocy, while he was there, says, Mr. President, did you get a note from Biden? And the president says, what?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what you're talking about. He looks in the drawer and he finds the note from Biden. It happens to be a custom to do that.
Oh,
That
God.
was amazing. That was just incredible.
Oh,
He reads
God.
the note. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Anyways, can you believe how disengaged or like disturbed the Democratic Party is right now? Pat, what about you?
Well, I mean, they still keep saying that, oh, this is so terrible what he's doing. And they're not on board. They've never got the memo that this is what people want. They say this is not what people want. It's crazy that even after all this, even after all these votes, they think he's going the wrong direction.
Well, I don't think it's that, because it's pretty well proven that he won this election overwhelmingly.
But I endure the Morning Joe and all those shows, and they're saying, "Oh, he's not doing anything the people want." I mean, they're still selling. They said maybe what we need to do is tell them better, sell our side of it better. But this is not what they want.
The American people are too stupid to have learned their lesson, and they're going to have to re-educate us as to why Trump is bad, and they're right.
Well, that's what we're here for. You got a show, I got a show. We're not making a fortune on the shows. Well, maybe JP is, but come on. We love the country. We're here to say this. I've been saying this for this is my 17th year now, and it's important that people like us keep in the fight, knowing full well that we're going to be pushed around. You're going to be shadow banned and other things. You're going to be told you're an idiot.
Only by her.
And that's just my wife. Gee. So you think about what the mainstream media is doing to me. My God.
Well, I saw on the web right before he came on that they're already working up the third impeachment.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, after all, he's a convicted felon.
Yeah.
He didn't.
And of course, there's also a congressman, I forget which one, introduced a proposed constitutional amendment today to allow him to run for a third term.
To what?
The congressman, I can't remember which one, introduced a proposed constitutional amendment today to allow Trump to run for a third term.
I think he should. I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have 3 consecutive ones, you can step out for one term and then come back in for 2. So.
Wait a minute? Is that true?
That's not now, but it would be if this constitutional amendment.
That's the one they're gonna. I think there's. I think who at this point does not know that 2020 was completely cheated on.
Oh, but you're wrong. You're wrong, Dave. I saw on 3 different broadcasts yesterday that different cabinet posts were being nominees were promoting the big lie that there was voter fraud in 2020.
You saw that yesterday?
Yeah.
What, are you watching the cartoons again? Yeah, is he watching cartoons? Is he getting his political advice from the cartoons? Come on.
Oh, goodness.
Come on, Mark. What the hell's going on with that?
We love this morning. We saw that our who lost his security clearance.
Oh, yeah. Who was it? Mike Pompeo.
All the 51 lawyers that signed on to there is no big deal. It's a Russian hoax that Hunter has a laptop implicating his father. That's a Russian hoax. Remember that?
Yeah, and Mike Pompeo has lost his Secret Service detail that was costing $1 million a month. We were just saying this morning, wouldn't it be fun if he cut Fauci's Secret Service protection?
Well, there's an interesting story about Fauci, and that is that one of the requests to have a peace. Now they're going to try to negotiate a peace between Putin and Zelensky, right?
Yeah.
And Putin is demanding that Fauci be extradited to Russia
Wow.
because of all the deaths, the human deaths that happened because they were told to take the vaccines, the COVID vaccines. Isn't that interesting?
I'll buy him the plane ticket myself.
I'll go a quarter. Hey, I'm Jewish. Otherwise, I would have gone a half. Give me a break. Thank God.
Oh goodness.
You know
I think,
what the difference between a Jew and a canoe is?
what's that?
A canoe tips. All right, you got your. Now I can tell Catholic jokes too. Now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I almost lost one of my favorite Jewish friends many years ago when I said, the difference is that Jesus saves, but Moses invests.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. The rabbi keeps telling me, every time I mention the fact about these beepers and these phone things that these guys were getting killed with, and every time we talk about that and how brilliant it was, that they didn't kill any or maybe one or two of the citizens that were standing by. He says, and Dave, we made money on it too. We made a fortune. What do you know from funny, you bastards? That's from Eddie Murphy. No, I wasn't calling you bastards. Well, maybe Murphy. Anyways, so Leo Terrell, do you know him?
Only from television. I've never met him.
Well, he's got a big job now. He's with the DOJ, with the Civil Rights Commission.
Yeah.
Under Harmeet Dillon.
Under Harmeet Dillon, and we're now collecting up J6 hostages for compensation. In fact, at noon today, our time, Enrique Tarrio is doing a press conference. He's a friend of ours.
I know his mother. I talked to his mother on the show.
Yeah, Suni. Yeah, they're doing a big press conference down in Miami today at 1:00 Eastern time, and he said yesterday that the president can say what he wants to about not wanting retribution, but Enrique wants retribution. He wants all these people that falsely imprisoned him to go to jail.
Can you blame him?
No, not at all.
Hell no.
Not at all.
That came from Jeff Zink about a week or two ago, that they were going to release the 1/6ers immediately.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was going to happen then. I mean, it was on the show.
It happened so fast. I mean, I got on the horn. As soon as the president signed that proclamation, signed that executive order, I got on the phone with the J6ers that I'm friends with, and they're like getting released from prison like right that minute. I mean, it's ridiculous.
So did they cooperate, or were there some of them that were kept over by zealous politicians and or police and or guards?
Well, I think some of them were held over for a day or two until the prison guards could figure out whether what they were supposed to do. But I think it's been. I mean, I haven't talked to Ryan Zink since then, but I know that, for example, Derek Evans texted me back almost immediately saying that he got pardoned. He's out. This just happened instantly.
85 people, I think, did not get pardoned. I think there's still 85 in.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So what are they? Why are they in? I mean, Trump said it was going to be about 100%.
Yeah. So I guess there are some people that there may have been, in his opinion, some legitimate criminal charges. I haven't seen the list yet.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they end up getting pardoned as well.
Now they supposedly had about 2,000 of government people at the J6 event. Most of them from the three-letter people, Defense Department and DOJ, CIA, places like that, FBI.
Well, Christopher Wray, Anthony Blinken, all these guys, Merrick Garland, these guys all need to get prosecuted. They all need to go to this.
Now, have they been? I don't think they've been exonerated. They haven't been pardoned yet.
No, they haven't been pardoned, so they're all fair game. But even the people that have been pardoned, this This is what Congress needs to do. Congress needs to call them in, subpoena them, put them in front of the Congress, and have them testify. And if they lie again, then they get to go to prison.
And they can't not answer and be accused of law, because they don't have the right to the Fifth Amendment, right?
Except for if there's possible state charges that could still be brought, then they could still use it.